meninas, tudo bem? Vamos começar mais um vlog de viagem e dessa vez nós vamos para os Unidos. E hoje é o primeiro dia, nós estamos aqui no avião, meio cansadinhos, olha que delícia que eu vou mostrar pra vocês. O maridão fez uma surpresa, ai, pensa no conforto. Ai, nunca viajei tão bem assim, vou mostrar pra vocês, olha que delícia. Olha que delícia. Olha que conforto. Olha a foto que nós estamos. Olha isso. Delícia, né não? Uma delha. Mas aí eu não sei como eu vou conseguir postar, se eu vou postar por um dia, se eu vou postar cada 2 dias, se eu vou postar os dias mais interessantes. Mas vem comigo nesses 62 dias pelos Estados Unidos. Um beijo e até mais. Olá meninas, tudo bem? Vamos começar mais um vlog de viagem e dessa vez nós vamos para os Unidos. E hoje é o primeiro dia, nós estamos aqui no avião, meio cansadinhos, olha que delícia que eu vou mostrar pra vocês. O maridão fez uma surpresa, ai, pensa no conforto. Ai, nunca viajei tão bem assim, vou mostrar pra vocês, olha que delícia. Olha que delícia. Olha que conforto. Olha a foto que nós estamos. Olha isso. Delícia, né não? Uma delha. Mas aí eu não sei como eu vou conseguir postar, se eu vou postar por um dia, se eu vou postar cada 2 dias, se eu vou postar os dias mais interessantes. Mas vem comigo nesses 62 dias pelos Estados Unidos. Um beijo e até mais. Oi gente, estamos aqui no Animal Kingdom. Ontem não consegui gravar nada pra vocês, a gente tava no Outlet. Mas pra compensar depois eu mostro todas as comprinhas pra vocês, tá bom? Agora nós estamos aqui, ó, Animal Kingdom. É um parque muito fofo, muito tranquilo de fazer. Eu vou tentar mostrar as atrações pra vocês, tá bom? Estamos indo num cinema 4D.
Estamos indo no cinema 4D.
É muito lindo esse parque, parece uma...
Olha, gente, a árvore, a árvore. Olha aí,
do lado
gente.
da árvore.
Olha essa árvore.
Muito, muito bonito. Olha aqui. Tem uma pontezinha. Vem, amor, senão você vai perder a fila.
Tirando uma siesta.
Siesta.
Siesta
Olha lá.
do almoço. Chega mais próximo.
Que bonitinho. Amigo?
Meu amigo aqui, macaquinho, só que ele tá bem mais bonitinho do que eu, principalmente o cabelo.
Não tá molhado, né?
Não está
Como
molhado.
que é quando você faz as mechas só na ponta?
É ombre hair.
Ah, ele fez ombre.
Ombre hair.
Ombre hair. Cabelo no ombro.
Ai,
Que bonitinho. Que lindo. Os Nemos aí atrás, mano.
Olha aí.
Muito lindo. Lindo, lindo, lindo. Apaixonante.
Olha, vem tá no mim agora.
Ah, que lindo.
Puxa,
Tá certinho. Olha que lindo. Que cena é essa? Muito lindo.
pouco ele passa aqui de novo.
Vamos aguardar.
Não, peguei certinho ele, viu?
Sim.
If you plan on taking photos, hang on tight to your cameras and phones.
Safari.
If anything falls off the truck, I
Animal
cannot stop for it.
Kingdom.
We'll do our best to get that for you, but I cannot guarantee you'll be in the same condition that you
Animal
left it in.
Kingdom.
Now, do we have anybody here on their first safari ever? All right, a bunch of hands going up. Awesome. Well, hopefully we'll see a lot of animals out there. We usually get pretty lucky. Is there anything that we're just itching to find?
É.
Elephant? Oh, all right. Make sure children are seated for me before we... Thank you. All right, we're going to head on into the reserve. Our first stop is the Little Achuri Forest. A lot of the animals that live in the forest have excellent camouflage that helps keep them safe from predators. Over on the right are a pair of okapi, relatives of the giraffe. They have a similar skull shape to the giraffe, the same false horns and long tongue. Their tongue can reach up to 18 inches long, which is long enough to lick its eyes and ears. They're a very shy animal. Forest is a great place for them to live. Plenty of good hiding spots.
I like these torpedoes.
Over on the left, that's a black rhino laying down. You see its ear moving around.
Nossa, o tamanho.
The black rhino weighs about 3,000 pounds, has no natural predators.
Olha deitado parecendo uma
There are
pedra
less
lá,
than
mano.
5,000 of them left in the world. though.
Jesus,
They've been
aquele trem
posted for their
marrom.
horns.
Aquele marrom lá, ó. Olha lá mexendo na orelha.
Eu achei que era uma pedra.
Fingernails. Now these are female greater kudu to our right. They're the second
Fala,
tallest
fala aí
animals
o que
in
que é.
Africa.
Hipopótamo, você falou.
Aqui do lado de cá.
We can tell those are females because they do not have any horns.
Ah, aquele ali eu já tinha
The
filmado.
females and males will stay in separate herds. The females will stay with the young.
Nossa, achei que
The
era uma
males will be
pedra.
in a bachelor
Filmando,
herd.
achando que era pedra.
And the males will be about
Só
5
percebi quando ele
feet
mexeu a
tall.
orelha.
The females about 4 or 4.5 feet.
Ai, que lindo.
Esses daí que o leão adora.
Oh yes, another antelope over on our left with orange fur. This is a female bongo. She's a little smaller, more brightly colored than the male, but they do both have horns. They're known as the ghost of the forest. Their slanted horns help them move quickly and quietly through the underbrush without getting all tangled up. Our next stop is the Safi River. We're going to be looking for some hippos. Hippos like to hang out on the water. It helps them stay nice and cool. If we don't see any on the surface, they might be submerged. They can stay underwater for 8 minutes at a time. Even fall asleep underwater. I look for some shadows, maybe some bubbles breaking the surface. Hippos travel along the bottom of the river, then swim on top of it. They'll push off with their legs and just kind of float along. Oh, I see some movement over here on the left in the water. Yeah, you can see one right. We'll get a better look at it in a second. That's a hippopotamus. It's actually a Greek word means water horse. Even though they're more related to the whale. I'm going to stop right up there so we can get a good look at them. And the large white and gray birds are peak-back pelicans. They get peak-backs during their mating season. And both the male and female watch after the nest. There they are.
Ah, esse já começou na África, né?
Olha ali.
The hippos are very territorial. They don't like to be bothered by other animals.
Ui, minha cabeça.
They don't mind the peak-back pelicans though. Their diet consists mostly of fish, whereas hippos are herbivores. They're going to eat solely vegetation. They're not competing for food. Now down there on the left, we're going to see the Nile crocodile.
Olha, jacaré.
They can reach between 16 to 20 feet long, and they don't have the ability to sweat, so if you put them on a hot day, they hold open their mouths.
Nossa, que medo.
They're ambush predators, so they're going to lie and wait very still for other animals to get close to them. But for all the wilderness explorers on board, the name of the truck is Simple One. We're taking Simple One over to the savannah. We'll be looking for some interesting animals there, like the giraffe and the elephant. But if we get really lucky, we might see some big cats, like cheetah and lion.
Também enjoa, né?
É.
Now over here on the right is a funny looking tree known as the baobab tree, also known as the upside down tree. It remains leafless for 9 months of the year, grows leaves during the rainy seasons. That's when it stores large amounts of water in its trunk so it can survive droughts. They're so good at surviving, they've been documented at reaching up to 2,000 years old. We'll see more of those trees out here in the savannah and some more animals soon. The savannah is shaped by the animals that live in it. Low grazing animals like the antelope and the wildebeest, they keep the grass short. Anything growing low in the trees is eaten by giraffe. To get to the leaves left on top, elephants will knock those trees down, making excellent homes for insects and reptiles. Now out on our right, I see some animals with great big horns. Those are Ankole cattle. They're the only domesticated animals on the reserve, domesticated by the Watusi tribe. Their large horns are actually hollow on the inside with a honeycomb texture and light blood flow. That blood flow helps regulate their core temperature. Now these are actually both male and female. The male's horns will be a little larger than the female's. About 4 feet on each side, spanning up to 6 feet across. We're going to get really close to some of them in a little bit.
Olha o tamanho do chifre aqui.
Yeah, the big guy right out there on our right, he's the male.
Olha, mas vai passar bem pertinho de lá. Olha o tamanho do chifre
É isso que eu falei.
They're a symbol of wealth and respect in Africa. In some areas, they're even used as a form of currency.
Que é aquilo, gente? Olha o tamanho. Não, ninguém acredita.
Over here on the left, I see in the shade some African wild dogs, also known as painted dogs. And even though they have dog in their name, they're actually canids, not canine. So they're more related to foxes than wolves and dogs. They have an 80% success rate when it comes to hunting, whereas most large cats are only successful around 30% of the time.
É só uma vaca?
Nossa senhora.
Over on the left are some small antelopes. They're full grown at 3 feet tall. They're called springbok. They travel by prompting, which is a mix between a hop and a run. They can reach heights up to 11 feet in the air and run up to 55 miles an hour. Here's another little one over here on the right. Now, they're one of the fastest land mammals, but not the fastest. We all know who that is, right? Yeah, the cheetah. They can actually outrun the cheetah. They have a higher stamina. These large reddish mounds are termite mounds. They're made from saliva and other secretions. They harden like concrete in the sun, and elephants will rub up against them using as scratchy posts. Once the elephant wears them down, antelope will climb on top so they can look out into the savannah and tall grass to see if any predators are lurking around.
Aqui, ó. Por trás.
Cuidado, tá contigo.
Over on the right, I see a herd of wildebeest. Those are all females. The males and females stay separate from one another, just like the greater kudu that we saw. They join back together during the migration, and they have the largest one of any animal in Africa. The numbers will reach into the thousands. These are white-bearded wildebeest. You can see the long white hairs hanging down from some of their shins. Now up ahead, there's a group of giraffes. We call that a tower. These are Maasai giraffes. They have messy, jagged spots. The males can reach up to 20 feet tall, and when they're born, they'll be around 6 to 7 feet tall. They spend most of their time eating, only sleeping about 30 minutes a day. They take short naps standing up. They sleep standing up, give birth standing up to make themselves less of a target for predators. And their tongues have developed this dark purplish color, helps protect it from sunburn. We're about to enter Monkey's Point. We're going to see if we can find some mandrills. They can be very secretive. They're the largest and most colorful monkeys in Africa, known for their bright red and blue faces. Let's see what the monkey has. Oh, I see one over there on the left. He's walking around. That's actually the alpha of the troop. Not only does he have a big colorful face, but he also has a big blue behind. And he's going to be the largest and most colorful. He's headed into the bushes. And he'll have canines reaching up to 2 inches long. Oh, I know a spot up ahead where we can find some elephants.
Elephants.
Uh-oh. I spoke too soon. The road is closed. Oh, this is terrible. It's completely collapsed. There's no way we're getting across there. We're going to have to keep to the left. I've gone this way a few times before. I think I remember how to get back. I'll do my best to not get us lost. Oh, this does not look familiar. And this bridge has definitely seen better days. We're going to go nice and slow across Poly Poly. We should be alright. Looks like somebody might have patched up with some rope for us. Oh, but it sounds like it didn't work. Oh, hang on, everybody, hang on. Oh, we're not gonna make it. Oh, we're not gonna make it. We made it. Well, Hakuna Matata, everybody. I knew we'd be alright. You guys were worried over nothing.
Gozou foi
And things are starting to look familiar. We're going through some red clay. Elephants will eat this red clay. They get nutrients from it. They don't find in their plant-based diet. Tusk marks, footprints on our left and right. Oh, and on the left I see an elephant. Oh, would you look at that? It's so lindo. That's an adult female. Both the male and female African elephants have large tusks. The herd, though, is going to consist of just adult females and younger elephants. The males leave the herd at around 13 to 15 years old. Elephants have the second longest childhood second to humans. Humans never live long. Oh, these aren't babies. They're actually juveniles. They're more like teenagers. Now, the African elephant is poached for its ivory tusk. The ivory is used to make souvenirs, jewelry, and other novelty items. If we refuse to buy items made from poached materials, it brings down the demand. With a reduce in demand, there's a reduce in profits. Poachers aren't making a lot of money. They're not going to be as motivated to go out and hurt these animals. Now, can you see one of the females out there? She actually lost one of her tusks. That was to natural causes. It's not going to grow back. It's just like our adult teeth. But she can survive just fine without it. She can actually survive without both of them. But they're very useful, especially during droughts. They'll gouge their tusks into the baobab trees to break off chunks to chew on. They chew on the tree to get the water trapped inside. Here on the left, these are greater flamingos. They're the largest species of flamingo and the lightest pink. They get the pink color from beta carotene found in brine shrimp. And when they hatch, they start out light gray. A lot of them are asleep. They sleep standing on one leg, and half of their brain goes dormant. Those aren't baby flamingos, they're actually a white ibis native to Florida. Not sure how they made it all the way here. These are white rhinos. They're a little larger than the black rhino. They weigh about 5,000 pounds. Run up to 35 miles an hour. Now they do have very poor eyesight, so we call groups of rhinos a crash. They like to roll around in the mud. They use like a sunscreen, and it helps keep their bodies nice and cool. You can see along some of these trees where they've scrubbed up against them, getting rid of the excess mud.
Nossa, olha que lindo, gente.
Jesus!
Não vai de lá pra casa.
Felipe, ele dormiu com essa pedra mesmo.
Olha lá. Nossa, são muito lindos.
Incrível isso, hein? A gente sabia correndo na televisão.
Now over here on our left is a cheetah.
Mentira.
Sprints between 60 to 70 miles an hour.
Não, é aquela que
One
corre
of the few large cats that
Leopards.
has the ability to purr, but not roar. Their dying are more active during the day.
É tipo jaguatinho.
Most large cats are nocturnal, active in the evening.
Não, não é. Mas
There's a couple more up here on our left in this top corner. A lot of their natural markings help them hunt better during the day. The tear-like stains going down their face actually helps reflect the sun away from their eyes. Same as when a football player puts the grease under his cheeks. Now we're coming around the Kopi Rocks, home to a small pride of lions. Now they're inactive for 18 to 20 hours a day. We're gonna see if we can find anything now. Oh, I see one up there, the female and the male. Those white antelope out there on the right, those are addicts. They're a desert animal. They can survive almost their whole life without drinking any water. That's a female ostrich. She's got light gray feathers. The male's feathers will be dark, shiny black. We're going to come look at these lions, get a good look. The females are going to do a majority of the hunting. The males will stay behind and watch after the cubs.
Ai, gente, dormindo de conchinha. Tá filmando. Se acalma. Olha que lindo. Dormindo de conchinha.
Gente, joga as patas em cima dele.
Tá vendo aqui?
Eles estavam deitando naquele momento que a gente estava virando. Não tem isso como de verdade esses bichos aí.
Olha isso. É um porto do mar?
É, fechado. Isso aí que eles levaram pro Brasil. Cruzaram com o porco.
Ele virou aqueles coisas.
É, tem lá nos clientes. Java porco. Mas gente!
Olha o tamanho.
Ei, meus irmãos, vocês estão.
Olha o tamanho.
Você não pegou aquela hora. Eu ficava o dia inteiro. Não dá nem fome mais.
eles iam se comer.
Né? Se não haja, busca na África.
Vontade de ficar andando aqui, só que não. Uou.
A Luana filmou essas coisas.
Nada.
Eles devem ir excursão rapidinho, né?
Não, já vem, mas eles, crianças não sabem.
Refresca. Por isso que aquele fundo é fresco, da água vai evaporando. Olha, filma a água.
Tinha igual aqueles carros que a gente vê de safari mesmo. Acabou.
Ué, acabou?
Acabou. 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 Gostaram? Até daqui a pouco.
Olha aí. Uou! Legal, gostou?
I don't think he could.
Well, this is next.
Alright, finish that water off.